Yo, what's up? This is Jeremy from JG Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital Estate, baby. I forgot to hit the record button. You boys and girls about to see me get choked. All right, so I just cut the vent in the dash. So just to recap what I use, this air saw, part number 58910 at Harbor Freight with the blades with high flow fittings. Also, hearing protection. Also, this Dynafile or belt sander from Harbor Freight as well. So let's just get right to it. I'm gonna show you what I did and then I'm gonna talk to you about it. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, you seen all that. You seen how I cut it. So what I did was, that right there fits great. So when you're laying stuff out, never cut it to exact size because you can't add to it. You can always take away, you can't add to it. This is Truler's tape. So go to trulers.com, and Jack has this is like sticky tape. You can buy this in rolls, and it's tape measures. Okay, he has it in magnets, stickers. He has squares. He has all kinds of stuff. So go to trulers.com. Jack always been good to me. So I laid this out, and then I took my step bit and I drilled. Don't drill it right next to the line because you'll go past your cut edge. So step in a little bit, drill your hole, drill your hole, drill your hole, drill your hole, drill your hole. The reason why you drill your hole is so you can get your blade in there, like you've seen in the video. Then you cut it, right? And then you take your piece, and then you try to get it up there to see where it's going to fit. And it didn't fit all the way because it wasn't cut exact. So that's why I took that belt sander and I went around the edges and I sanded the edges. All right. So now it fits pretty good snug. Now pull off the tape and everything should be good to go. That's a little dust right there. And now we put I'll just take some wax, get that glue off, and there's the piece, and right there it is. It's good as snuff. That's just glue. And then this piece right here bolts to the back of it, and we got a vent. So, got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Have these controllers ordered. Have a key. Have an ashtray. Then this controller here, it's a plug and play. It just plugs right in there. And then we got the controllers, and who don't love a 5-speed, right? So let's turn this light out so I don't run the battery dead. And that, boys and girls, is one more piece of the puzzle. Next piece of the puzzle is I have to build these coil packs, which the video is loading on that, and I got to build these coil packs for it. So again, I appreciate you. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're working on. Hit that subscribe button and drop down in the comments what you think. And I appreciate every single one of you. And remember what I said, boys and girls, before I tell you that, the hurricane's coming. She was little Debbie, now she's full-blown Debbie, and she's supposed to be bringing us like 30 inches of rain. So if you're not prepared, you better get prepared. I'm gonna do a little bit more prep work on the storm and do a little bit more work on this C10, and then we're gonna go from there. But somebody says, well, Jay, you always say, don't worry about the man up the road, don't worry about the man down the road, put God first. That's right. We all can put God first in everything we do. And somebody said the other day, you know, the most dangerous man on the planet is somebody says it is what it is. And I say that a lot. It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I can't change it, you know. But the good Lord does want us to prepare. You know, there's a thing that said, I read this thing the other day, and it was pretty interesting what I read. The guy said, he was in a burning building, and he was on the second, third floor. Guy come beating on the door and said, come on, man, let's go. And he said, God's going to save me. He said, okay. Fireman comes up to the window, kicks in the window, puts a ladder and says, come on, let's go. He says, I'm here to save you. He said, God's going to save me. And then the man gets on the top of the roof, and a helicopter comes and drops a rope down and says, climb up. And he says, God's going to save me. Man burned up and died. Man gets to heaven and looks there and he says, God, I thought you was going to save me. He said, well, I sent 3 people to get you. See what I'm saying? You know, we got to help ourselves to be helped. Yeah. So, prepare for the best, hope for the worst. And, you know, be prepared, you know, because if you're looking for somebody to just save you, ain't nobody going to save you. You got to save yourself. So, I appreciate every single one of you. Be safe, because I'm telling you, this water, this hurricane coming, she ain't gonna joke, man. She ain't no joke. Last big hurricane we had here, Florence, and I might do it. It was cold too, man. It was cold. It was like in the 40s. The last, I have to go back and look on my YouTube videos way back. I mean, it was years ago, 3 or 4 years ago when I posted it. When the hurricane come, I went up in the woods, about an eighth of a mile up in the woods where the valley's at, and jumped in my kayak, and I kayaked through the timber and flooded timber all the way down to the creek bottom. But there was no creek; it was just the woods was flooded in like the valley, and I videoed it with my GoPro, and it was hilarious. But I knew it was going to be bad this week when all the state people come out and started digging the ditches out and the drains and everything on my road. And I don't live on a primary road. I live like on a third, secondary road. And they come and started digging out the ditches. And then I said, I better look at the weather and see what's going to happen. And they're calling anywhere, you know, up to 30 inches of rain. And just to give you an idea what that is, 30 inches of rain is the width of your door, your entry door going in your house. It's roughly 30, 36-inch opening. So here's another thing. How much rain, how many gallons of water falls on an acre of land? Like, what, Jay? So when they say 1 inch of rain, yeah, that's 1 inch of rain. But you take the math and do length times width times depth and divide it by 231, that tells you how many gallons of rain hits the ground. For example, on my roof line, right, on the left side of my roof line, right, if you take the length times the width times the depth, so if it rains a quarter of an inch, if it rains a quarter of an inch of rain, and the rain that runs off my roof line, so you do length times width times depth divided by 231, it comes up to the gallons. And it comes up to be like 800 gallons of water off one side of my roof line that runs down my gutters. So if you do that on both sides, that's 1,600 gallons of water that run off my roof line. So Google it. How much is 1 inch of rain on 1 square acre? 1 inch. Now, how many gallons? Now, take that and multiply that times 30, and that'll let you know how much water is going to hit the ground, potentially hit the ground this weekend. It's crazy. And y'all probably like, Jay, you lost me and I quit watching 20 minutes ago. Well, I appreciate you anyway. I love numbers and math. Math is always right, and a broken clock is right twice every day. So remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch, sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and dry. Peace, some chicken grease, I'm out.